Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're going to be doing a summer pocket dump. So this is my EDC Pocketdump gear I've been carrying around for the past probably 2 or 3 months, maybe a little bit more. And we're going to take a look at all the gear laid out, and then we'll talk through some of the pluses and minuses, things I like about the gear. Let's jump into it. Starting off here, this is a real quick look at all the gear. So let me just kind of work from end to end, just give you a quick overview. And then we're going to set this camera up on the tripod, and then we'll talk through the individual pieces of gear now. Let's start off with the pen here on the bottom. This is one of the Tuff Rider pens, and actually met the Tuff Rider crew at Blade Show 2016, so this has been really my go-to basically EDC pen. It's a clicky pen. It's got 3 O-rings here and then 3 O-rings there for real control and grip. Certainly made to be used as a pen, but also as a self-defense tool in a variety of ways. And it was cool to talk to those guys. You could tell they've definitely thought through their product design. So that's been one I've been carrying. As far as knives, we have the WE or the WE 601 here. And this is a really nice frame lock, really smooth opening. You do get components with this, so you can swap out everything that you see that's kind of goldish yellow. You can swap that out and make it purple, and they give you the tool to do it as well. They also have a new version of the 601 that's got kind of a two-tone finish, so here and here as well. This is the stonewash version. Really nice knife. And yeah, I just like that one. Really cool looking. Pops open. I've been carrying the squid on and off for probably 1.5 years now, ever since I got it to check out. I'm not like a huge fan of stonewash. I guess it's just what I've been carrying recently, but cool little knife, Lucas Burnley design, very compact, very small. Stays sharp, I think, for me, quite well. Little frame lock. So, and there's a lot of customization I've seen people do, particularly with the handle. So there's that. Go through a bunch of the flashlights. Fenix, this is the PD35 TAC. This is a great light. A little bit big for some people for EDC, but I definitely like it. It works for me for the size of it. You got 2 different settings. So there's the tactical setting and then the outdoor setting. The outdoor setting is going to give you more options, as far as I think there's 5 different options as far as from low all the way up to your highest, and the tactical setting is I think that's what I usually have it set on. Let's see here, shut it down. No, it's actually on the outdoor setting. So lowest, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back to the lowest. And then you can, using the selector switch here, you can switch over to the tactical setting, which will take you to a kind of a different way it operates. It goes, I think, high and low, or high, medium, low, something like that. So, and yeah, this is a cool light. I like that light a lot. Another one from Fenix, this is the LD22. I actually did a head-to-head versus Thrunite's version, or a light like this that's about this size. It takes 2 AA's, and both of them are good, but I've liked this one a lot. Definitely longer, but thinner than the PD35 TAC. This is the Olight S2 baton, and this is about the ideal size. So these 2 guys right here, the Thrunite. This is the Archer 1A V2, which they now have a V3, but these 2 guys are pretty much the ideal size for me, and that's why right there it just fits nice and in the palm of my hand, nice and small. I've said this before, but I prefer an N pressure switch as opposed to this little button. I just find that one a little bit hard to find at times, but still works, still like it. And then here's the Thrunite Archer 1A V2, and again, this has the N pressure switch, so I can turn it on, and then the selector switch, which, I have it usually on the second highest to the highest setting almost always. So when I turn it on, I got a lot of light, and then I can select through if I want less light. This one's got that cool clip, so you can put that on a hat, and it runs, as you can see, very deep in the pocket. So that's been a favorite of mine. 2 other lights. This is probably my favorite Olight, the S1 baton. Wild Kingdom there, you can hear it in the background. Tiny little light, but a great light. Gives you up to, I think, 500 lumens. Runs off a CR123, and yeah, this has been a cool light. It's so small sometimes you forget that you even have it, but that's a cool one. And then if you want another very small light, Streamlight MicroStream. The key to this one, I think, is the reflector. Even though it's a tiny light with only 1 AAA, the reflector is really good. It gives you a nice beam when you're actually using it. Down here in the end, you can see a watch. This is from Armorlight. That's the Eclipse, and I got it from Massdrop. And the way Massdrop works is you sign up, and then the more people who sign up or purchase a product, the price goes down. So if, say, you're buying a squid, and let's say it's, I don't know, 20 bucks, but then 25 people buy it, it might go down to 16 bucks. And then if 100 people buy it, maybe it's going to go down to 12 bucks, something like that. So that's how Massdrop works, and that's how I got the this watch, I would not spend, for me personally, I just would not spend as much money as the watch is worth. I think the MSRP is like $535 or something like that. I'm just not great with watches, and I'm scratching them and breaking them and stuff. So, but I got that for free, and I've been wearing that, and that's it's a great watch. It's worked really, really well. It's got T100 for the tritium, which means it's going to last 4 times longer than your average tritium that's in a watch. So there's the quick rundown. I'll take the knives off in a minute and show you this handkerchief, but I got a couple other knives in my keys I want to show you as well. I've said this in other EDC Pocketdump videos, but just to note, I'm not carrying all these knives at once. That's probably pretty obvious to most people, but these are the knives I'm rotating through on a pretty regular basis. So let's start down at the bottom. This is from LA Police Gear. It's now on closeout, and I don't know exactly why. It may be because they had to deal with some issues of it looking too much like the Kershaw leak, but this is the Phantom. It was on sale for 20 bucks, and then it went down to 10 bucks, but cool little knife. Got a more stout tip than the Kershaw leak, but really, really cool knife for inexpensive. If you just want a super basic pocket knife, I think that could be a cool one to check out. Next up, the Razorlight EDC. Just finished a review on this. If you haven't seen these before, press this little button here, and then basically the razor blade, which is the edge, comes out, and then you can replace it and slide a new one in. You can see that one's definitely been used. And I mean, you're basically carrying around a razor blade pocket knife. So if you're doing a lot of precision cuts or slicing, this could be a good option for you. Standard go-to for me, the Ontario Rat Model 1. This is made of Aussite steel. I also like the Rat 2, and just a big hefty knife. This is one of those knives I'll use for a ton of different tasks. I don't mind using it pretty aggressively. I've really liked this one a lot over the years. Brown, black handle, or brown handle, black blade. Lots of different options as far as your colors. I just gave away one that was black with the satin finish. There's also pink. I mean, there's just lots of options. And that's going to run you probably in the $40 range or so. The Osborne 940. Benchmade's put out some new versions of this. Great little EDC knife. I put a video together talking about why I think this is a really good EDC knife. I'll put a link down below so you can check that out. The new ones have some kind of different versions. The different versions have different style handles. I've noticed this handle gets a little scratched up, or scratched up more easily than maybe some other options out there, but still an awesome knife. Steel Wheel Gecko. This is like in my top 3 or top 5 EDC knives now. Just really like this. This is the 1550 version. They have larger versions of this. They have different colors on the handles, black blade. They also have a fixed blade version of this, which I'm looking to get a hold of maybe eventually to check out for being out in the woods. And yeah, I just think this, I said this in my review, but organic, that's the word I would use for this knife. Super organic, really easy to hold, comfortable, and super functional. And the steel for this is N690 CO, which some people say is like a 440C. It's just, I mean, there's some similarities, but it's just a higher quality, just a better steel, highly corrosion resistant. Really, really just a nice steel, stays sharp, and great knife overall. So there's that one. And then up top here we have the Hogue EX. This is the 01, I believe. Yeah, this is the EX 01. Alan Oleshewicz design. Put a little piece of bank line on there to mix up my lanyards. A lot of people use paracord, but I wanted to diversify a bit. Got this in OD. Got the push button there. Lock, easy one-hand operation. Lock it in so the blade stays out. They got it in Tonto. They have it in drop point, clip point. Oh, do they have clip point? No, I think they just have the drop point. But anyhow, drop point and Tonto, a bunch of options. And they also come up with the EX, I think it's the 05 now, which is a spear point. Very cool looking knife. So hopefully we'll get a hold of one of those in the future to check out as well. But these guys have been my go-to. Out of all these, my favorite so far has been the steel wheel. I just really like it a ton. And then the Rat 1 from Ontario Knife Company has just been a standard go-to for me for probably 2 years now. So definitely a big thumbs up. But all these guys have performed well for me. 3 final things I want to mention. First, this is the RoboCop personal alarm. I'm going to pull this tab out and you're going to hear the alarm go off. I'll put it back in quickly, but just so you're prepared. So that's what that sounds like. This is a new version, all black. They also have a green version. And I'm going to put this in my bushcraft bag because you can set this up as a perimeter. Put some paracord here, some paracord here, run it around the camp, and then if someone bumps the paracord, it'll pull and set off the alarm, and someone's in camp. And also, if you need to signal to get help, this is another good option. Super lightweight. I carry one of these actually in my bag, my EDC bag, the original light blue version. and you get in a situation where you need to get some attention because you're hurt or you're running into a bad situation, whatever it is, this is a good way to get attention. This one's super lightweight. I like the black. I think that's really subtle. Feels like construction's good, but I just got this, so we'll be carrying this in my bushcraft bag coming into the near future. And yeah, so that's gonna be cool. And then the last thing, let me put this out of the way. Last thing, as far as things I'm always talking about, my EDC setup is my keys, and what I have now is an ITW tack link. And basically, when I get into the car, I can put that down or clip that somewhere and then use this key for actually driving. And then if I'm driving the other car, obviously I can just take this one off. And then I've got on my keychain the Olight 3E EOS flashlight. I've got a fob for work, home key, the True Utility lighter, and then this, I think it's called the TII pen. It was a Kickstarter campaign. Great pen, except it's a little goopy when it comes out sometimes. So not exactly sure what to do about that, but I have found having an extra pen on me has been good. Some days if I don't have the Tuff right around me, at least I have a pen on my keychain. So that's my current system that I'm using for my keychain, so that I don't like it bouncing across my leg or bouncing up against the dashboard when I'm driving. Last thing to look at here, the recycled firefighter Nomad handkerchief. So this is made of, I think it's called Nomex is the material, which firefighters use for the material that they cover their face and their neck with, their balaclava looking type things. So this has basically become my sweat rag. I can wipe gear off with it. You can wash it. You got to be careful with it. You got to machine wash it lightly, and then I think air dry it. They have information on the website. But yeah, this is a cool little item. Black on this side, tan on the other side. And in the summer when it's all nasty and gross and I want to have a sweat rag, this is what I'm using. So that kind of wraps up the gear for my EDC Pocket Dump. As always, I'll put links down below in the description section to all this gear, so if you want to pick up any of it, you can certainly use those links. And if you go through Amazon, you'll help support Everyday Tactical Vids. And even if you use the other links that are not through Amazon, actually you'll be supporting companies that help make Everyday Tactical Vids possible, like LA Police Gear and other companies. So yeah, definitely use those links if you want to purchase these items. Thanks for checking out the video, and let's hear what you're carrying. Anything in particular right now? Don't list like 20 things, but maybe 1 or 2 things that you really like in your EDC setup. Let's hear about those, and maybe I can check them out and find out why you like them. Maybe I can get a hold of some of those items to review. All right, that's the EDC Pocket Dump for summer 2016, and that's it. More videos coming soon. Take care.